self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are conversation con artists.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I'm somebody that can't believe Sallie Mae's bullshit. Also known as Calamity Red.
Okay. Sallie Mae and bullshit in the same sentence sound right to me.
Wait till you hear this story.
Anyway, we are Conversation Con Artists, back for another fantastic episode. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on point.
And I can be found at Red_Calamity. Also, we are still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have a question you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartists@gmail.com. Or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artists, and send it to us that way.
So we have a letter from Colin. Episode 206. Meat inclusivity.
I forgot to.
Meat positivity for 2019 continues. And remember, it's not about meat. It's about me. Okay?
Jesus Christ.
That's the meat positivity mantra. It's not about meat. It's about me. Not just meat, but it's about everything.
I'm sick of both of y'all.
What's up, y'all? So this week, I have a few topics that I've selected rather than the live listen and write in. 1, LeBron's China comments. What are your thoughts about what LeBron said? He's been getting crushed out here for what he said, and for me, rightfully so. Pretty poor place for LeBron to comment the way he did about something that's horrible. So, do you know what LeBron said?
No.
Do you know what's going on with the NFL in China?
No.
Or South Park in China?
Oh, you talked about South Park last week.
Okay. So, the NFL is in the same kind of little kerfuffle with China, as the NFL has been censored to some degree in China. Mm-hmm. One of those team owners, I can't remember the team owner or the team name, but he pretty much talked about how he advocated for Hong Kong's independence or whatever. Mm-hmm. We talked about this with the Blizzard dialogue last week, where Hong Kong has some legislation that will keep them from being able to extradite criminals. And the way that the protesters in Hong Kong look at it is they are just giving more freedom to China to oppress Hong Kong. And that team owner pretty much said he agreed with Hong Kong. He okay with the protests. Now, there's a lot of money. Really, there's a lot of money in nearly every industry as it pertains to China. So you're kind of tap dancing on, fire when you're talking about something that will anger China. Mm-hmm. But the NFL, I keep saying NFL, NBA, the NBA, I keep saying NFL. NBA stood by those comments and said, we believe in free speech. He can say what he wants to. And LeBron James came out and was like, he shouldn't have said what he said, basically. Mm-hmm. We got a very strong platform. We got a powerful platform. We shouldn't speak out against China. Blah, blah, blah. He didn't say it just like that. But, the implication of what he said was that he don't think that he should have used his platform to speak on support of Hong Kong. Because he was basically saying, like, we don't know what's going on. We don't know.
You don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So,
can't speak for everybody, LeBron.
I feel like I need to find an exact quote before somebody email me and be like, you was wrong. Even though this don't got nothing to do with this don't have anything to do with pronouncing somebody's name or whatever. So let me give you his exact quote. The Houston Rockets GM Daryl Morey is the one who supported Hong Kong protesters on social media. And LeBron James said, when you're misinformed or you're not educated about something, and I'm just talking about the tweet itself, You never know the ramifications that can happen. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you're truly thinking about yourself. I don't want to get into a feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation and he's at hand and he spoke. So many people could have been harmed, not only financially, but physically, emotionally, spiritually. Just be careful about what we tweet, what we say, and what we do. Yes, we do have freedom of speech, but there can be a lot of negative that comes with that too. So it's been a lot of issues with people supporting China from China propaganda, and a lot of people are just criticizing LeBron James because he's just further reinforcing that propaganda that China put out there.
Because what about what was said makes him feel like this man said this from a place of misinformation?
Well, right now it's kind of seeming like the only thing he got is advocacy for China.
Yeah.
Like, why would he, or what does he know about the protests with Hong Kong that would make him give anti-protest sentiments? You know?
Yeah.
Because if you really, because the idea is that Hong Kong is being done wrong in this regard. Or if not being done wrong, some freedoms that they have as a country are threatened to be taken away by this legislation that they have.
I mean, it's not to be offensive to any athletes that may be listening, but I don't really put a lot into it.
But I don't think I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is, who am I? Or who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to these things, like, I don't think you got to be a poli-sci major with a focus on African American studies.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that him being anti-protest, he don't seem like he would be that much of an informed person as well. Like,
he can't be informed. He can't be informed. Because if he was informed, he would have at least not even gotten into it.
Just saying nothing.
Yeah, just don't say shit. But he was saying a lot of people could have been hurt financially. Like, how much are you willing to sell somebody's oppression for, you know, or somebody's freedom for? It's like you putting a price on it. You know, and he's having the same advocacy for the black community, but he can't see how one group in Hong Kong might be oppressed or feel oppressed to speak on it like that. So I feel like he was the one misinformed for real when he spoke the way he spoke. And
it's LeBron.
It's
LeBron.
LeBron trying to be somebody, but he gotta inform himself. Involve himself in this shit. He's trying to be a voice. I think he really understands that his basketball career ain't gonna be there forever, and he can be something after this. But not if he keep doing shit like this.
I'm still giving him props for the school as long as so far ain't nothing came out about the school. So hopefully it continues to do well. He's doing good things. He needs to just focus on those
this
things.
Nigga ain't the principal or nothing.
He's not the principal,
he
but
just hand this shit off to people to do it.
True.
So even if something bad happened at the school, it wouldn't necessarily be because of him.
That isn't going to stop him from being the person to blame, though. That's what I'm saying.
But it won't necessarily be his fault still. 2, Beto O'Rourke. Why is this dude in the presidential race? He isn't going to win, and he comes off more and more like a weirdo instead of someone with an actual articulable platform. I don't know. Beto O'Rourke look weird, man. His eyes look like he high all the time or something. Or maybe he just tired lately or something. I don't know.
Where is he from? He might be
Texas.
high. Oh no, it ain't legal in Texas.
Yeah, he ain't smoking in Texas. In his platform, he came out talking about we gonna get rid of all the guns. He basically called it mandatory buybacks.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know, which
it'll never.
It ain't gonna happen.
Ever happen. That's not even realistic.
And him and Pete Buttigieg got into it at the debates. You know, where Pete Buttigieg was like, "Look, I don't need history lessons from you, bruh." You know, and I was like, God damn. Went hard at the boy. But, you know, with the debates, it'd be a lot of mischaracterizations and taking another person's word and flipping them and trying to figure out how to make them look bad and whatnot. So it was definitely different. But I don't know why he even got in it. I think he got in it because he got so close to winning in Texas that for some reason he thought he could win the presidency. I really don't know why him or Pete Buttigieg is in there. I mean, I like Pete Buttigieg, but what about his mayorship made him think that he would be able to win the presidency? And there's some other folks too, like Tom Steyer. Like, I mean, I know you got money, but like, where the fuck you come from, bro? But Beto O'Rourke definitely ain't got no reason to be in there. But something that Angela Rye said on the Breakfast Club, you know, it rang for me. Charlemagne the God basically said, why don't the people we know just get out of the race? Like, why don't the people that we don't know and that just ain't gonna win just get out of the race? And she was like, that's a dangerous thing to say and to communicate, because it's a lot of people in this race that represent a really diverse range of how we think about politics and look at the world. I mean, if it was number 4 people there, we wouldn't get the conversation started. For example, out of this whole platform, Tatiana Jefferson had just been shot, you know, a few days before the debate. Mm-hmm. And Julian Castro brought that up. And she was saying that wouldn't have been a part of the conversation if Julian Castro had not brought it up. They wouldn't have talked about police responsibility if he had not brought that up. So there's a lot of people on that platform that are important to having dialogue and conversations that, you know, wouldn't be had otherwise, because they not going to bring it up on the debater side or the moderator side, and they not going to bring it up the people that have the main platforms. That's just not their primary shit. So it's important for everybody to be there. But you're right, Colin. Beto O'Rourke does not seem to be bringing any quality additions to this situation. Number 3, opioids. Why don't we just lock them up like they did the poor black people using crack in the 80s?
Because they're not poor black people using them. You know,
Exactly.
That's exactly why.
We got a society that don't give a fuck about black people.
But these white kids, that's the problem. It's an epidemic. We got to do something.
And not only that, but we got people from the Nixon administration saying that we started this war on drugs because we wanted to impair black community. And so, I mean, it was methodical. And we're not going to do anything to impact white people, because white people look like me. White people could be me. So, they ain't gonna lock white people up, and you know that.
Yep.
We all know it. And for Mr. On Point, hit me up when you're recording and see if I have anything new for you, LOL. Which I did, and I'm waiting for you to respond if you do.
Before we move on, I saw this post that was just funny to me. So it's called How Old Black People Talk. So I'm gonna say some phrases and you tell me what you think they mean. Okay, he a little touched.
He a little touched. That means he's special ed, or like, you know,
yes,
not right.
Yes.
Can't get right with being a little touched.
That's what we say.
Can't get right from life
about mental issues.
Yeah.
He got a little sugar in him.
Oh, he's gay. But they don't know that he's gay. They just observe him being flamboyant or, you know, mannerisms, and that's what they perceive him to be.
She fast-tailed.
Oh, it's a young girl that's either having sex already, or even if she ain't having sex, she's observed to be promiscuous or dressing skimpy, or just always in a man face, a boy or a man face.
You left the kids with who?
Oh, this person is potentially a pedophile. He ain't got no business having kids around him, and whoever left them kids around here, their judgment is being questioned at that moment. This is probably gonna be followed up with go get them kids from that man right now.
The fact that these are so like, because you haven't seen this. You just know these because this is what we do in our community.
Yep.
It's so universal. It's just funny how we have a language that's just, I feel like you could go to most places and say this and people be able to figure it out. Oh, the baby clothes are so cute.
The baby clothes. That's an ugly ass baby. They ain't even focusing on the baby. They like, your clothes are so cute. Yeah, that baby ugly as shit, boy.
Well, you can't say that, so you just compliment the outfit. Oh, look at the little shoes. The little shoes.
Yeah,
are
like
so
when he
cute.
get older, you can say he got a voice for radio, but you can't say that now. That baby got a whine for radio. That don't work.
It does not. Oh, bless your heart.
Oh, bless your heart. It's something unfortunate with you.
You're stupid.
Yeah,
You're
like
just a dumbass.
oh, bless your heart. Yeah, it's like you done said something that made them think you ain't got no goddamn sense.
Yep.
Like my brother said he was in the club one time, and he has astigmatism in his eye, and he had just found out he got it. So the girl he was talking to got to a conversation, and he told the girl that he had an autism instead of astigmatism. He said she walked away. He said that he thought back to what he said. He said, I told that bitch I had an autism.
Yeah, that's a bless your heart.
Yeah, that's a bless your heart moment.
Oh. You smelling yourself. My mama used to say this shit all the time.
Oh, this somebody who's standing up to their parents or trying to.
You think you're grown.
Yeah, like they trying to do something goddamn like, you grown? Oh, you smelling yourself, huh? Like you doing something they don't approve of. Clearly, that it's supposed to represent a kid thinking they grown.
I ain't never understood the smelling part. What do you mean I'm smelling myself?
Because when you get to a certain age, you start having body odors and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when you become a teenager, like that testosterone and shit, you start, and I think that's equated to
what they're
that
talking
age.
about.
Like you don't have that shit. Like especially when you're a baby, you don't have that shit.
Babies smell wonderful.
It's people that love sniffing babies.
They
boy.
smell so good. They smell, and puppies too. Puppies have puppy smell, puppy breath. I looked it up. It's because they have it. They're not. It ain't all the bacteria dogs have in their mouth. When they puppies, they don't have all of that yet. And it's their breath smells so sweet. Puppy breath is so sweet smelling. It's weird, but it's cute. Yes. Such and such made this.
Oh, you should be wary of eating it.
Don't eat that.
Yeah, they really want you to know. They don't really. Let me tell you something. They don't give a fuck that you know who made it. They're letting you know that just don't eat it, okay? Because the person who made it is a problem. And you can't say don't eat it.
No, you can't.
You know, it's passive. They be like, Aunt Mary made this.
Oh shit.
Stay away from that goddamn potato salad. She let her cat get on the counter.
That really do sound like some shit an old person would say. You know she got all them cats in her house.
Yeah.
Oh, is that your little friend?
This is them trying to ask you, is y'all doing something?
Yeah, this says y'all fucking.
Yeah, that's what they trying to figure out. And I don't think it have to be so far as y'all fucking if you grown. When they kids, parents using it a different way too.
Yeah.
You go ask your little friends. It could just be people that your mama don't fuck with too.
Yeah.
So
50 limb.
50 limb. That's multiple times. Like
Just
I done told you multiple
I done
times.
told you 50 limb times to sit down.
Yeah, I done told you way too many times.
I say that to my dogs all the time. I've been in here 50 limb times yelling at y'all to stop all this.
They don't understand your ass.
They don't, but I still do it. They have no idea what I'm saying.
They shouldn't know what none of this shit mean because they was wolves. All they supposed to be doing is fucking yelping at the goddamn moon and going to killing some fucking wildlife. But no, here we are. They know what no mean and outside and potty.
They get so excited when you say potty.
Of course they do. Because they get to fucking go outside of their old natural habitat that we done conditioned out of their ass. We was wolves.
If it was a snake, it would have bit you.
If it was a snake, it would have bit you.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, give me a second. If it was a snake, it would have bit you. I don't know. What is
My mama said this all the time. If you looking for something and they go right to it and pick it up, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. It's right here. You ain't see this.
All snakes don't bite.
All snakes do bite. All snakes don't have venom.
All snakes don't bite.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Some snakes don't strike. Some snakes' speed don't strike to bite. Some strike to wrap around you.
Oh.
Like the ones that constrict.
Either way, that's what it means.
But either way, you safe from a snake because a snake, they can't see very well, so they sense heat.
You going too deep into
our
this.
big ass body is gonna be a threat. Like a snake, know they can't fuck with us, so a snake won't fuck with us if they don't think they could. So you'll be alright anyway.
My mom would say that all the time. If you tell her you can't find something, first of all, she'll say, if I find it, I'm going to beat your ass. Because I told you where it is. So then if she go directly to it and pick it up, if it was a snake, it would have been, you didn't see this here?
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, God, I do this one all the time. Let me call you back. I need to put these things down and get settled.
Oh, you trying to get off the phone?
This
You ain't got
phone
shit in your
call.
hands.
This phone call has gone on long enough in these.
Yeah, you ain't got shit on your. You ain't got shit to do. You be sitting there. God damn. Hold on, man. The remote control on the other side of the room. I'll call you back. Just random shit.
It's like there was a one of these little things that was going around talking about how hard it is to leave a black function, and it is. You never just leave. You announce that you're gonna leave when you inside still, and you talk a little bit more, and then whoever the host is usually will walk you outside, and then you stand outside for like 30 minutes or so. Like it takes so long to fucking leave. You
Not
never
me.
just leave.
Not me. I don't announce. I just disappear. You might as well give me one of them goddamn. Give me some pocket sand. I'm throwing it in everybody's eyes, and they open their eyes, and I'm gone. Goddamn.
That's the only way. Because if you announce it, oh, okay, all right, you finna get out of here, and then it is like another 45 minutes before.
Yeah, because you be like, all right, man, then that's what's up. When the next time I'm gonna see you, man? I don't know, man. I'm just, so we having this thing over on this thing, and they're gonna be like, yeah, for real, who all gonna be there? Oh, you this person, that person, that
She's
person.
still around here. I ain't even know she's
Yeah,
still
like
there. You
that
just
shit. Damn, I ain't seen her. She ain't here? No, I ain't seen. She ain't. Damn, I ain't seen her in a long time. That's what that shit turned into.
It is so like, and after I saw that, I pay attention to it, and I'll get in my car and be like, that damn show did take me about 45 minutes. When we go to Leroy, Leroy Ketchum. I think the last time we was all at his house was around the 4th.
Yeah.
It was the same shit. I said I was leaving. Walked outside. I was outside for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Talk about nothing.
You just gotta disappear. You just gotta be like, let me go get something out my car. And just
don't come back.
tricked y'all ass.
Cause you gonna be there, and it's just crazy. I wonder, do white people? Does that happen at white functions? Do they do that?
Do I look white to you?
I mean,
I don't know. If you listening and you white, or you've had the privilege of going to a white function to see kind of how their exit strategy is, then let us know. Update us.
when I used to go to Jason's house, that ain't the same as like a one-on-one. It's usually when it's a function, it's hard for you to leave.
Yeah.
I haven't been to no, I take that back. He had some kind of Halloween, Christmas, some kind of party. I just left. Like, you say bye. He's like, all right, let me know when you get home.
I have actually been to a white function, man.
Did you just leave?
Yeah, I did. Everybody was, I won't say everybody was weird, but the only person that we had in common was the host. And I ain't know nobody else, and I'm the only black dude here, and it's like, damn, all these real estate agents and people traveling the world and police officers, and I'm like, is this what white people friend circle look like? Damn. This is privilege all everywhere.
But nobody tried to hold you.
Nobody tried to hold me.
And that's another thing. They're like, I ain't gonna hold you. But that's exactly what you're doing. You're holding me. Have been for a while. The fuck. But yeah, I just thought I just wanted to see if you were gonna know what they meant. I knew you would, because those are all universal things that I feel like all of us have heard your mama, your grandma, at some point say those things. And now I say some of them again. 5011 is my favorite thing to say. If I don't have a number to put to it, and it's a lot, I'm just gonna say 5011. 5011.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from or why, but it makes sense.
Came out of song.
50 Limb?
Yeah, I
What
think.
song?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I'll think about it, see if I can remember.
Well, if you have a question that you would like for us to answer on the show or something that you would like for us to comment on, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com. Or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artist, and send it to us that way. Let me tell you about Sallie Mae bitch ass. For those of you that don't know that may not live in the U.S., because we have people that listen to us that don't live here.
Mm-hmm.
Sallie Mae is one of the biggest lenders of student loans in the country. And so most people that have loans that were not through the government, if you get like a private loan, it's usually Sallie Mae. I don't even know of any other ones. Like that's the biggest. I don't know. I mean, like I said,
changed names.
Yeah.
Fannie Mae and Navient and all these different other shits.
Sallie Mae flew over 100 employees to Hawaii to celebrate $5 billion in sales. Here's the problem with that and why people are upset or why people get upset about that. Sallie Mae, education in the U.S. is just fucking ridiculous. Like the cost of education as it pertains to like, you're supposed to be, you expand your education, you get degrees because this is supposed to help you make more money in the long run. But what ends up happening is you spend the money on this degree and you don't make enough money to pay the shit back.
That ain't even the case. Because you may make enough money to pay the shit back. But the way your interest rate works, you're not going to be able to pay as much as you would if it was just outright paying them back. And they make a shitload of money off of the interest.
Oh, yeah.
And your principal balance still remains the same for
ever
a long
time.
It was a post on Twitter about this woman who had $35,000 in debt and I paid $25,000 off and owe $32,000 now. I'm like, what the fuck?
That interest, because the interest never stops. Interest never. So while as you're paying on it, you're still accruing interest on this fucking thing, and it's people that gonna die and still owe Sallie Mae. Like you'll live your whole life paying the shit and still wouldn't pay it off. So borrowers are upset as the nation's total student debt grows to $1.6 trillion. And you out here flying motherfuckers to Hawaii and shit. 100 people. I don't even want to know how much just in airfare alone that would be. Not even the getting them to the resort and all of that other shit. Just flying them to Hawaii. Jesus.
I mean, what happened to businesses like that being ashamed of how they make the money? You know, it's like a loan shark. Like Sallie Mae's a loan shark.
Sallie Mae is a loan shark. But it's become so accepted, I think. Like student loan debt is just this accepted thing. And so like even when you have predatory lenders like Sallie Mae who take advantage and have these high interest rates that they know people ain't gonna be able to afford and pay back, don't nobody really do shit about it. And nobody really blinks an eye. And you know, people are upset, but Sallie Mae they'll probably do this shit again. It's not enough upset that it's gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? Like them niggas is enjoying being in Hawaii right now while we talking. I never got any loans through Sallie Mae. All of my loans are through the government, so I'm having to pay the government back. So, and I don't know if that's better or worse, because they'll garnish your shit. The government will.
Well, this goes into something that I saw online the other day that said, I'm going to read it. It's a tweet, not tweet, but Tumblr. I just realized Americans think their medicine costs as much as they're charged for it. And it said, another person said, I guess if I was an American and saw all the wildly exorbitant medical bills people get, I would wonder how universal health care would get paid for. Then another person said, blogging this tweet because this explains so much about the mindset of pretty much all the folks I've known who are against single payer. It's not even funny. And the last person says, this never occurred to me, not once, that Americans are against healthcare because they think it actually costs tens of thousands of dollars for a broken arm, hundreds of thousands for a complicated birth, and millions for cancer treatment. because they've never known anything different. The idea that a broken arm is only a couple of $100, a complicated birth on a couple of thousand, and cancer treatment only tens of thousands, all easily covered by existing tax structures. And that I mean, it's just a part of the same dialogue. Like, school don't supposed to cost as much,
and it goes up every year. Like, it is so expensive.
And so with school costing that much, it really just increases the need for people to have loans.
Yeah, because there's no way. I mean, you can start saving for college for your kid from the day that they are born. One, what you have to keep in mind is the day that they're born, however much tuition and stuff is, 18 years from now, it ain't going to be that price. 18 years from now, it might be double what you saving for now. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to mention you have tuition, you have housing if they're gonna stay on campus, all of those fees. Books are ridiculously expensive. You could pay $400 for one goddamn textbook. That's ridiculous. That's insane to me. And then when you get ready to sell the bitch back, they don't even want to give you half of what you paid for the book, to even try to help moving forward with your books for the next semester. It's a racket. It is it's just difficult. Like I said, even if you save from the time your child comes into the world, you don't know what it's going to be by the time they get to college age. Because that shit goes up every year. Like tuition. And let's not even talk about if you try to go out of state, because you're looking at even more money. Let's not talk about if you're trying to send your kid to a HBCU, because they are more expensive. It's expensive as fuck. Ridiculous. Fuck Sallie Mae.
Sallie Mae tripping. And I'm going to be okay as long as the government don't allow them to send henchmen out after your ass. If they allow them to send people after us, then I'm fucked up. I'm going to need help. Representative Elijah Cummings died, age 68.
I didn't know he had died. I knew he was ill.
Nobody know he was ill.
Maybe I did see that. Maybe I just thought it said he was ill. Maybe it was that he died. I saw him in the headlines.
Ill, it was goddamn 3-4 days before, because he was doing committee hearings and shit.
Yeah, it was a short.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, shit, now Bernie Sanders had a goddamn heart attack.
Yeah.
You know?
When your candidates are this old, that's part of the risk. It's part of the risk.
It's unfortunate because he was a really, really strong voice of reason. And he's the head of the House committee, so he was calling for a lot of stuff related to the investigation and just being objective. And he is a pioneer in civil rights. And I just wanted to, mention his passing. We lose one black voice. We need to gain 2-3 more if we can. We need to participate in the political system to try to get that done.
So Alabama has been in the news. We actually made national news because we have a little girl here, actually, and from Birmingham, which is where we are, that has been missing for over a week now at this point.
Yeah.
It was last weekend when she was at a birth. First of all, let me say this, okay, because I've been wanting to talk about this. So the job that I'm leaving, part of my job was to go into some of these neighborhoods, which I hated, and I'm excited about leaving. But Tom Brown projects is one of the places that I would frequent, and it always has bothered me that you go there. Any kids that are not school age, that are not able to go to school, they had all them kids be outside unmonitored, just walking the fuck around, just playing and shit with no adults in sight. Now, this happened at a birthday party where it was like a bunch of kids there, and she was abducted from a birthday party. But Tom Brown, you can go. We probably ride over there right now, and there's kids outside. There's just little kids that are again, not even school age, not kindergarten age, that are not being watched. That shit always fucked with me. So when this happened, I was like, this is what I was talking about. Yeah. About all of these goddamn kids just out here with not nobody watching, because if somebody snatch them up, you're not gonna know. But anyhow, Cupcake has been missing. They arrested 2 people, but And here's the problem. They arrested these two people. Old dude made bail. He out on bond. Neither one of those people, they have no evidence that they had anything to do with Cupcake being missing. But because they have been in the news along with this story, people think if I was old, but he need to leave. Somebody gonna murder him because they think he done killed this little girl. But what happened is he has a SUV. Because I was wondering how they even got involved when they weren't involved, but he has an SUV that looks like an SUV that was on a camera, that was like they had on camera that it looked like the little girl was in it, right? Mm-hmm. So that gave them cause to go and question him, and I think they searched his house. During that search, this motherfucker had like tons of child porn on his phone. So he got arrested for child pornography. Again, they went there because of Cupcake, but they didn't find any evidence that he had anything to do with it. But like I said, because that was released together, motherfuckers is ready to take him out. And people in Tom Brown will do that. They'll kill you. And then his girlfriend, they arrested her on a probation violation. She's still in. And she has had kidnapping charges on her before, but it was kidnapping her own kids. And you might say, Red, how can you kidnap your own kids? Well, if you lose custody of them to the Department of Human Resources, and during one of your visits you abscond with said children, it's kidnapping because you do not have custody of them at that point. So she kidnapped her 3 kids that were supposed to be in DHI custody. So she has a history of snatching up kids. So, but that happened. And then also, and that's still ongoing, they're actually doing a search, which, you know, after 48 hours that a child is missing, the likelihood that you're going to find them alive goes down substantially. I still hope that they're able to find her and bring her home, but it's been over a week. The odds are not in her favor right now, but they're doing like a search apparently tomorrow of an area where somebody that is a suspect is known to frequent.
I was talking to somebody today, man. I feel like they should, I feel like smart criminals would have just been and took her to a gas station and dropped her off out back somewhere.
That's if she was still alive. If you killed her, you can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. The only reason to kill her is you think that at 3 years old that she could tell somebody something about what she been seeing, or.
And if it's somebody that's known to her, she might be able to. At 3, if it's something like if it's a cousin, if it's somebody you know, then she might be able to say Day Day, and everybody know who Day Day. You know what I'm saying? It depends. She might be able to.
Maybe.
Depending on who it is. If it's somebody in the neighborhood that everybody know. Again, them project areas, everybody know everybody. Like you don't want to be there if people don't know you. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
You don't need to be there if they don't know you. But also there's an Alabama mother that is furious because the school painted a bullet wound on his forehead during drama class. And I saw this story and I tried to think if I would have been upset about it as a parent. And I put my kid in drama and theater. And he had stage makeup on. Like, I get that he's a little black boy and then with the climate and the way things are, but like, I don't know that I would have got upset. But an Alabama school district is apologizing after a mother shared that she picked her son up from school and discovered a bullet wound had been painted on his forehead. Zakiya Millhouse was horrified to see the realistic looking wound painted on her 7-year-old son, Amon Jackson's face. He told his mother that it was makeup from drama class. Millhouse acknowledged that she signed a permission slip to allow the use of makeup in drama class, but she never imagined it would be something like this. This actually happens to our young black men, Millhouse told AL.com. If you saw it in person, it looked real. She added that putting makeup on a child to mimic a bullet wound did not seem like an age-appropriate school lesson. It
don't seem like an age-appropriate school lesson. It really doesn't. How old was he?
7.
Nah, a bullet wound.
And it does look. Look at this. It does look
seen it.
realistic. You saw it.
Mhm.
It looks realistic.
How?
I wonder what play. What play were they doing that he needed a bullet hole in his head?
Maybe it's just makeup trials and practice or whatever.
But why a bullet hole? Like,
I don't know.
and he don't have. I mean, it's literally one little bullet hole on his forehead, like somebody just shot him in the head.
White people don't have to think about the stuff to make black people uncomfortable at all. So they can do shit like that and it just be what they do.
What? I can't remember what school it was. Let me see. It was. He's in 2nd grade. Phillips Academy.
Oh, damn.
Phillips Academy.
What would you do?
I don't. That's what when I saw this, I was trying. This is not as immediate for me as somebody cutting my fucking child's hair. Like, it isn't an immediate rage for me. Because she did sign a permission form saying that they could use makeup, and she didn't question the way in which that would be
Like,
used.
is this the equivalent to a white person asking if a black person want Kool-Aid to drink, or would you like some ranch with that?
I was trying.
Is this like the drama makeup equivalent to where you're black, we're gonna put a bullet hole on you?
I was trying to see who the teacher was. It was a man. It was a male teacher. She said she also spoke to the teacher, who apologized. She said he didn't think it was a real big deal. He said he did paint on different kids, such as black eyes. He said was going to take it out of his lesson plan. I don't know. I don't know how. Well, let me say that I definitely would not have made it in a big enough of a deal where I would have made it onto AL.com. This isn't, to me, it didn't inspire the rage that the story about the little girl getting a haircut. That I was ready to fuck some folks up.
Yeah.
This, I would just like maybe go up to the school and like, what the fuck, have a conversation with the teacher, but it wouldn't be with the same energy. Like, I wouldn't be as upset. I don't know. I just don't think that I wouldn't have responded in this way. Probably not for this. I don't think I would have questioned it. I definitely would have probably went up to the school, but I don't think I would have made it to AL.com. Now, cutting my child's hair and holding her down and shit. Yes. Okay. I'd have been on CNN because I would have cut a fool so bad. Right. But like this, I don't know. It just didn't hit me the same way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. Unless you have something to add. Would you have gotten upset?
No, probably not. I don't get upset about shit. I have to depend on my lady for that. She gonna have to be the one to get mad.
Why?
Reason it out.
Why?
I don't know, man. I just don't get mad.
I know, but see, that would drive me crazy.
Of course it would.
It would drive me insane because one, it's gonna make me look like a crazy person all the time because your ass is gonna always be so chill and calm, and everybody's gonna be like, "Well, on point it be fine, but Red be tripping." Like, I'm gonna look crazier in comparison to you. So that would be one reason, and then two, I don't want to be the one that has to be angry all the time. You need to be angry too. You should be mad. You should be equally as mad or more mad than me.
I'm not mad. I'm fine. You need to learn how to manage that shit. It's my dialogue.
My husband is going to be the one to help me manage it. But I need him to have some level of upset too, because that's going to be, you ain't mad about this? You all right with them cutting your daughter hair and shit? You fine? I'm going to flip out on him because you all right with this. So you fine with this? You let the white people can do whatever they want to your kid, huh?
That's gonna be your condescending ass fucking up your relationship. You shouldn't have married a nigga that was calm, cool, and relaxed.
I wouldn't. I don't think I would. That would drive me crazy. And I'm not. So let me not sit up here and act like I'm this hothead that's out here, yelling and cussing folks out and getting people together. I'm not that person. For the most part. There are instances like anytime somebody's dog is not on their leash, that I will lose my shit over. That I will cuss somebody else out in person about. Yes, your fucking dog coming up to me and you acting like it ain't a big deal, I'm going to be mad about that. I'm going to have feelings about that. But most of the time, I am cool, calm, and collected, aren't I? You see me on a regular basis.
Most of the time, you ain't boiling over, but that shit at the edge all the time. You ain't boiling, you ain't leaked over into the stove or no shit, but your shit be up there.
Yeah.
You a bad statement away from cussing somebody ass out all the time. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's just red, okay? But you do come off as being cool, calm, and collected to the rest of the world.
See?
It's different than being cool, calm, and collected. But the only reason I'm saying that I wouldn't do shit, I wouldn't be mad is because of the content. Like, clearly, if my kid came home with a black eye and told me one of his teachers did it, that shit goddamn that's going to invoke something.
Yes.
But if my kid came to the house with some fucking makeup on and it was a bullet wound, and is it bad that it's a bullet wound? What if it was a makeup of a gash?
I think it's the bullet wound because she's looking at it from the perspective of all of the violence happening against black men and black boys. So I think it's specifically that it was a bullet wound.
What about black on black crime?
Your white voice is terrible. But yeah,
that's white and rich.
I think
and entitled.
It was that it was a bullet hole specifically. I think if he had a black eye, makeup, or if a gash, I don't think she would have been as upset. I think it was because it was a bullet hole, and the police, we got a lot of these shootings and shit happening.
That's why they should have did a booty hole.
What's your next story? I'm not gonna do this with you.
They should have did makeup with a booty hole on them instead of a bullet hole. What they would have said then?
She would have been upset about that. The fuck are y'all doing in class? I might have been more upset about that. What kind of pedophile ass shit is going on in this classroom? What are y'all doing? That would be concerning to me.
Hey, I just
He's
thought of
7.
something. You know how long it's supposed to be before a human sees an actual booty hole?
No.
A long time.
Yeah.
Because you can't see your own.
Yes. And there should be no reason that you're looking at someone else's.
Maybe an anatomy book. They don't even show booty holes.
They don't.
Because
it isn't. No, they don't.
I guess when you get ready to put your tongue in one.
What is your next fucking story?
There's some grocery eaters out here. Oh, and shout out to Cole Jackson. There's also some steamed cabbage eaters out here too.
I hate both of you. I hate you for reminding me he said Cole that Jackson. Shit. And I hate him for originally saying the shit. Y'all are terrible.
Steamed cabbage.
Oh, God.
That's when you like to eat booty while they draw still wet. From exercising or working out. I saw that on a Craigslist ad before they locked that section of the thing down.
That's disgusting.
It is. But, people out here got fetishes.
They do.
We're not here to talk about fetishes
I
today.
go kink shame, yeah.
Kellogg partners with gay rights group for All Together cereal, and Twitter is not happy.
What the fuck is All Together cereal?
Look, it looked like they got Rice Krispies in it, Raisin Bran, Frosted Mini Wheats, Fruit Loops, and Frosted Flakes, and that's it.
That is disgusting. That sounds awful.
Yeah, it is.
That sounds like it would taste awful. That's not the way that you want to market togetherness and acceptance. That ain't it. Because the shit's nasty.
Of course.
Ew.
Hell,
I just thought about
Frosted Flakes and Lucky Charms ain't even good. I did a video review on that shit.
Raisin Bran
It was
don't need to
horrible.
be in nothing but Raisin Bran. Like the raisins only need to be with the brand. That's it.
Raisins are delicious.
They are delicious, but they're not gonna be delicious with no goddamn Fruit Loops.
You never know.
I don't.
You
No,
never know. Raisins
absolutely
might be
not.
delicious with Fruit Loops.
I will never find out. Fuck that. No,
What if you get kidnapped and somebody try to feed you Fruit Loops with raisins in it?
I'm just gonna eat the Fruit Loops.
You gonna get your ass beat for leaving them raisins. What the hell wrong with you?
Ain't no goddamn raisins and Fruit Loops together. That sounds gross. It's different taste. Raisin Bran works because bran is so fucking bland that it works. Fruit Loops got too much flavor to have with raisins. I just don't understand it. And then you got, what else you said? Frosted Flakes.
Corn
Goddamn.
Flakes, Rice Krispie Treats, Frosted Mini Wheats, Frosted Flakes.
This one of those instances where I be like, y'all doing too much. I get where you trying to go. This ain't the move.
It's a collectible, man. You ain't supposed to eat that shit.
Who collects cereal?
People collect cereal boxes. Travis Scott sold box with Reese's peanut butter cups on them that was reselling for like $50. It had him on it.
People like Travis Scott, like, yeah, I guess so.
Travis Scott had like #1 album last year, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. Cole Jackson, correct me on that shit. I don't even care to look it up. But you know, as expected, ain't nobody happy. Well, some people are happy, but like, it's so many people who are just.
I'm upset because the idea of it is disgusting. I'm not upset because they decided to try to, do some, whatever. It's just it's disgusting. That sounds gross to me. I'm upset about the combination of cereals, not the fact that they made all together. I don't get it. I don't really know what it's gonna do for the movement, but all right.
Well, this is what some people are saying on the negative side. Thank you for helping me decide to buy the bagged cereal instead of cereal in the box.
Some of the bag cereal ain't bad.
I'm disappointed in our favorite cereal brand. We'll be choosing a new one. My elementary kid's cereal should not be an LGBT conversation starter.
Don't buy the
Done.
fucking cereal then for your kid.
Don't buy it.
Don't put it in your house. You got a choice. Ain't nobody told you got the bitch. Go get some of this all together cereal. Like nobody said that to you. Your kid is not gonna be exposed to it if you don't buy the shit for them. What the fuck is you talking about?
Sodomites will certainly be all together in the afterlife.
Oh, for God's sake.
So Kellogg's U.S. is taking a stand against bullying by promoting a group that bullies as much or more than anyone. Idiotic. Not a bigger group will force our lifestyle into your face. And if you question it, then you're a bigot group than the LGBT crowd.
For God's sake.
I'm just tired of people
Yep.
allowing oppression to continue and making bullshit ass excuses for why oppression should be able to continue. It's just so irritating. I don't even know where the solution gonna come in at, because I guess that these companies just gonna have to stop giving a fuck about how people respond to them.
Yes.
And I believe that the world is becoming more liberal, so I think at some point the conservative shit gonna be left behind, and ain't nothing gonna be left but them liberal changes, and people just gonna have to adjust to it anyway, whether they like it or not.
Kiki Wyatt.
What happened to Kiki Wyatt?
She's having her 10th child.
There's a lot of kids.
Listen, let me say this. I've said this before. I stand by this. And I'm sorry if you listening and you got a whole brood of fucking children. Sorry. Listen. It is irresponsible to have that many kids. Okay? Even if you have the money, if you can financially take care of 10 kids, I still feel like it's irresponsible as fuck, because you cannot provide the emotional support that those kids need when you outnumbered like that. It is irresponsible to do that just to be fucking doing it. What the fuck, Kiki? And I think her current husband, this is his first child. I wish the fuck I would meet a man with 9 kids and have a kid with him. I'm not having no kid with you. What do you even have left for my kid at that point? My kid ain't gonna get shit. got 9 other mouths to feed. Like, I'm not doing that. That's not appealing to me. As somebody without a child, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't date somebody with kids, but I ain't gonna date nobody with 9 kids. Fuck out of here. You crazy as shit. No. 10 kids, you cannot provide the emotional support. You just can't. It's not enough of you. Even if you're in a committed relationship, it's just a 2-parent household, it's not going to be enough of the both of you to give to those kids the way that they deserve to have. Then if you were more responsible and had a smaller family. That shit is stupid. It angers me. It's irresponsible.
But what if you got the money?
You haven't been listening to me. Because I started with, even if you can financially
But what's
do
the
it.
problem if you got the money? What if you have nannies, you have family, you pay people, they can help tend to the needs?
No.
Does emotional well-being have to come from the parents exclusively, or can it come from people that help?
You've been dealt with kids that have parents that, you tell me, from your experience, how does a kid do?
I ain't ever had no parents that had money like that.
Well, I'm not even talking about that. You said, what if the emotional support comes from outside of the household? You have had kids where their emotional support has had to come from outside of the household because their parents were toxic or not good parents.
Well, that's a variable. If you got good parents that have people in place that can help you with your emotional well-being, that's different than that.
I don't think so. I mean, it's different than like having been a toxic parent. But even with having other people, as a kid, if I want the attention of my mom, and mom can't come because she got to do shit with Johnny over here, and I do have my aunt coming to it, it's not my mom. I'm still gonna feel a certain type of way that you are doing this with him, and because you're doing that with him, you can't be there for me. Like, your parents have the top tier in your life as far as who you want your support from. You have people who don't have that spend their whole life with mommy and daddy issues behind that shit when they have parents that are not involved. So I don't think, even if you have a village, as people say, to help you out, I still just think it's irresponsible to have that many kids just because you can. Like, if your goal is to do the best, absolute best that you can and provide them with the absolute best that you can, I just don't think having 10 kids, you can do that. Somebody's going to be missing something. 10 kids? And I met a lady with 11, and the 17-year-old got 3 of her own. That shit like that, like, what? You just, I don't think, even if you have the money to financially support them, I don't think emotionally you can do a good job when you have that many kids.
Well, some people can't do that shit with one.
True.
Period.
Kiki just been having babies. Some people like being pregnant. Some people like the experience of being pregnant. We had this conversation at my job, actually. One of my coworkers was like, I fucking hated being pregnant. She has 2 kids, and she said she was done. Like, they fucked her all the way up. Like, as far as the 9 months of carrying, it was terrible. But my other coworker has 3 kids, and she loved being pregnant. Would have had a 4th if she could have. She liked the experience of being pregnant. Some people like it. Kiki is apparently one of them fucking people, because 10 times, I don't even think she got no twins, so she done been pregnant 10 times, 9 months apart. You looking at 90 months of pregnancy total. That sounds awful to me.
She probably ain't got no more walls. Babies probably just slide out of that bitch like a slip and slide. Straight to the doctor's hands. That's ridiculous.
That was simple and easy. Baby's here.
Do you know who Pastor Wilson is?
Pastor Wilson?
Yes.
No.
There's a pastor named Pastor David E. Wilson who has been relatively viral lately because a video surfaced of him not having sex, but going down on one of his congregation members.
I think I did see something about this. Why did he record it?
I don't know. It looked like she was recording it from the vantage point that the video was from.
So did she leak it out?
I don't know. I guess what makes me the answer to why people allow other people to record to me has to be because they trust them in that moment to not release that information.
Especially if you're a pastor, that's not a good look. Because this is the only reason why people talking about this is because he's a pastor and pastors are held to a higher standard, and so him doing this is not what you would expect a pastor to do. If he was just a fucking Walmart mechanic doing this, nobody would care.
Well, women who have seen the video, I need to understand why people seem to be so adamant that this is a testament to some great ass, wonderful skill in terms of going down on a lady. I need to know, because what are men doing? Because if that shit was impressive, then men must be eating the box like it's hot soup or some shit. Like, put the spoon of I'm still too hot. No, I'm not gonna. That pH balance it's off. You smell you taste chemically. I mean, that shit doesn't seem all that exciting.
I haven't
watched
seen
it.
the video. I have not.
I watched it. I mean, I'm like, what are men doing if women are saying that this is amazing? Like, are that many men really not going down on women? Is that something that you fool with? Oral sex for yourself, or it don't seem like you like it?
I don't really care.
You don't care. So if your husband never wanted to do that, then you'd be fine.
Yeah.
You just here for the meat, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Essentially. Is he a married pastor?
Yes.
He at least damn, and it wasn't his wife.
His wife.
Damn, pastor, you really? First of all, you a pastor, you held to a high standard, and then you a married pastor. You ain't even a single pastor out here doing this shit, bruh. Like, you really don't give a fuck at all. But then this is why I have a problem with organized religion. I guarantee you, he done did all kind of sermons. Calling other people out and telling them what the fuck they should be doing. Meanwhile, you down giving head to your congregants. Get the fuck out of here. This is what makes me upset. I guarantee you he's done all kind of Firestone and Brimstone. Fire and Brimstone. I got it all wrong. Fire and Brimstone fucking sermons, I'm sure. Yet this what you doing in your free time, player. I ain't. Don't understand.
It's ridiculous, man. It was just viral this week. Just took a life of its own.
I think I saw something. It wasn't a story that I wanted to know more about. So I think I saw something on it, but I didn't go into it. Taco Bell recalls its seasoned ground beef in 21 states after a customer found metal shavings in their meat.
Damn. Transmission bad.
What?
When your transmission fuck up, you find oil shavings in your goddamn the pan that you take out for the transmission to clean the transmission fluid out. If metal shavings is in it, your transmission is fucked up. Taco Bell transmission fucked up.
Like, first of all, I have always had questions about the quality of the beef that Taco Bell has anyway. It's unlike any beef I've ever seen. Ground beef.
It's ground again after it's cooked. That's why.
Is that why it's so milly?
Mm-hmm. If you go to 5 different Mexican restaurants right now, you're going to find that they grind it down a little bit. That way they can use less, have more meat because it's more compactable. You can press it down easier. So, yeah, they grind it after they cook it.
I didn't stop. I don't even know the last time I had beef taco. Like, whenever I go to Mexican restaurants now, I get chicken.
I like beef tacos. They my shit. Regular beef taco with sour cream, lettuce, and cheese.
I like it, like, but I don't like
Crunchy.
that mealy. No, I don't eat crunchy soft tacos.
Some
But
of them get it better than others.
that mealy meat is what I don't like. That
But when that shit is really ground and fine, it start to feel like it's dog food or something.
yeah.
I don't like that.
I
I don't like
just
it at all.
get chicken now because I don't have to worry about whether or not it's gonna be too mealy or not. Because you just never know.
A milli.
Should be like grits. I don't like that.
Whose story was that? What was that?
That was taco meat. That was Taco Bell and the metal shavings
Oh yeah.
in the meat.
You don't want to eat no metal.
No, I don't want to die.
You won't die.
I'm sure you'll get sick. Either way, I don't want to. No.
Might not get sick.
I'm not going to test it out to find out. I ain't going to try it out to see. I have eaten Taco Bell recently, like, because they have this $5 box. So, like, when I'm being cheap and for lunch, and I just want, because you get a drink and a box with a couple of different things in it for $5. So I have eaten it recently. And by recently, I mean within the last month. But it's not one of my favorite places to go. I like Chipotle and where else do I go for Mexican food?
Chipotle ain't Mexican.
Well,
Chipotle Southwest. It's white folks Mexican. It's white man
I
Mexican.
go to that it's in Homewood on the hill where Big Lots is.
Mm-hmm.
I like that place.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I can't think of the name.
Never been there.
We need to go. It's good.
I don't really like Mexican food like that. I'm having to admit this to myself lately. I'll still go because they got stuff I fool with.
Yeah.
But them chips and cheese be expensive as hell, boy.
Mm-hmm.
They getting paid. We
at Little Donkey the other day when we went, that salsa was terrible. Till you put salt in it. On point had the salsa at this restaurant because it was disgusting and we couldn't figure out what the fuck was wrong with it. He sprinkled some salt in it. The shit was better.
Yeah.
It's disgusting without that salt though. Tasted bland as hell. It's not good. And I don't remember it tasting like that before. Maybe they just didn't have nobody to season it right this time. So I feel like I would have remembered if it was
tasting like that.
Yeah, I would have remembered that. I feel like this was not good.
So, Tatiana Jefferson, the police officer that shot her, has been charged with murder.
I need to see how much he gonna get because we've been around this before and motherfuckers got 10 years, 5 of which she gonna probably serve. So I need to see this to the end before I get excited.
Well, they different situations. I don't know if it's good or bad different though. Cause that lady went straight into that man's house and shot him when he was on the couch eating ice cream.
Well, these police. So, first of all, let me say this to the people that I've seen a lot of folks talking shit about the neighbor. Listen, okay, I have no problem with the neighbor because to me, if you're somebody's neighbor and you see their door open at 2:00 in the morning, that is cause for concern. I don't have an issue with the neighbor calling the police. I really don't. And I don't think the neighbor called the police knowing that this was how it was going to fucking turn out because it was supposed to just be a goddamn welfare call. So I don't understand the people that got attitudes about the goddamn neighbor. Like, he was trying to be helpful. And for me, I'm not upset at him. Now, what I am upset about is the way that the police did this. Now, I work for 911 in Montgomery. This was 2007, 2008, 2009. And welfare calls are for you. You're going to go and check on this person, okay? The way that these officers went about this was just wrong from jump. They parked down the street. The car was not parked out front of the house. They got out, didn't announce themselves, with flashlights going peeping into the house and shit. What kind of shit is that? Why?
It don't make sense.
Like, Because had they done what you're supposed to do, which is go up to the door, announce that you're the police, ring the bell, knock on the door, she probably would have came up to the front and that'd have been the end of that shit. But y'all creeping around like y'all the goddamn prowlers around this lady house. And just because you see movement in the house, you pull a gun out and start shooting, my nigga? Really? That doesn't make any sense. The whole way they went about this doesn't make sense. Like you're supposed to, it's a welfare call. You're making sure that everybody in there is okay. And so you announce yourself as the police. And then if you see some weird shit, okay, then you act. But like, you didn't even say shit. You sneaking around the house with flashlights. And you didn't park in front of the house. Like you trying to catch people. Like what? That's not how a welfare check goes. So all that already fucked me up when I heard the details about how it happened, because it's like, what the fuck were y'all doing? That would have been avoided had they gone, knocked on the door. Hey, it's the police doing a welfare check. Your door was open. She could have came up front and been like, shit, I ain't know the door was open. My bad. That would have been the end of it. They'd have went home. She'd have went to bed. She'd still be alive. Like, it's just, you know, it becomes more and more where it's like, I don't know how anybody can look at these situations and not see a problem with it. These are not situations that should be fucking happening. This ain't no situation of saying, you know, she shouldn't have been fighting with the police, or you should have just answered their questions, or what are you gonna say with this case? What is it that she should have done differently that it's her fault that she's dead? Because people like to do that, blame the victims of these incidents. So I would love to hear what the fuck difference she was supposed to do when she didn't even know that they were out there, because they sneaking around like prowlers.
It's ridiculous. And government name, and we can talk about this at some point, but they said that the neighbor shouldn't have called the police. He should have went and checked.
First of all, okay.
Say he could have went and checked.
No.
I'm gonna say he should have went and checked.
No. He is not.
If I'm misrepresenting what y'all talked about on the podcast, government name, let me know.
Let me tell you what I'm not going to do, because I'm not a police officer. I'm not going to go check on no fucking body's house at 2:00 in the morning. What the fuck am I going to do if it is somebody in there? Why would I go to the house? What am I going to do? I'm not finna go over there. That's some white shit. That sounds like the scary movie when you watching the scary movie and you like, bitch, why you going to investigate this noise? Leave. That's how I feel about that. I'm not gonna go in my neighbor's. If my neighbor's door's open, I'm not gonna go check on shit. I'm not a police officer, and I don't know what I'm going into. If it is a burglar in there, now what? You in here? What you gonna do?
Get your ass shanked.
Shit, the fuck I look like?
No.
No.
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, I have no problem with the neighbor. I really don't. I feel like he probably had a genuine concern, because that is weird, especially if you've been living in that neighborhood for a while and this shit ain't never happened, and now 2:00 in the morning her goddamn door is open. You might be concerned. I get it. He didn't know that this was gonna happen.
Maybe when you have a neighborhood, because you have a house, maybe that's a reason for you to know your neighbors, you know, in terms of their contact information and who they are and stuff. Because I really like for somebody to be able to call me and tell me, hey, somebody in your house, if I was gone and I didn't have camera system or nothing.
So Jason, my friend Jason's house got robbed 2 times in the same week, okay? When he lived in Montgomery. And he had lived in that house forever, okay? Well, they had lived in that house for a very long time. And nobody called him to tell him that somebody, you know, he came home, and it was crazy. It literally, like, on a Tuesday they did it, and then that Friday he was calling me back saying they came back and got some more shit. I was like, damn, they robbed you twice? I would not have the expectation that my neighbor gonna be watching my house like that. And even if my neighbor called me to tell me, I'ma call the goddamn police. I'm not finna go and investigate it neither. So even if I'm at work and you say, hey, it's some strange people at your house, you know what my next response would be? Why you didn't call the police? Probably. That's probably what I would say. Why are you calling me? What the fuck am I gonna do? Even if you let me know, I'm not going to vigilante justice and shit in here. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do it. I ask you why you didn't just call the police. What are you calling me for? They gonna be done stole all my shit now, cause now I gotta call them.
So are you comfortable still with people doing a welfare check on you by calling the police?
No, I'm not.
Even though your whole dialogue just then was about not calling you and calling the police.
I don't have an expectation for them to come over and risk their life. But now I also would not really want them to call the police, to be honest. But to say that the neighbor should have went over there and checked himself, why would you have that expectation of your neighbor? We neighbors. I'm not finna die behind you. Okay? I don't like that. And I would have no expectation for them to die behind me. But yeah, I wouldn't want it now. No, I would not want a welfare check. Prior to this, yeah. Now, don't call the police for me.
The essence of Cole Jackson's dialogue was we just got to be better to people. And there's some certain things that we can observe that may be able to help. And I think in that moment, his observations led him to what he believed was going to be help at that moment. And that shit just didn't turn out right.
Because he
That's
couldn't have
not
known.
Be the turnout most of the time, man.
Yeah, he couldn't have known that.
I hate to say it.
And he probably feels guilty. I would feel guilty. If I was somebody who had called the police, even with me knowing I had the best of intentions and that person died, there would be a level of guilt probably for me in that.
He definitely feel guilty. He been on the media talking about how she still be alive if he wouldn't have called the police.
And that's terrible that you have to feel that way when you genuinely had a concern and you genuinely was just trying to help. And because this police officer in general was so fucked up, that situation turned out the way that it did. Like, I would be more nervous about people doing a welfare check on me, but I also don't have the expectation for them to come check on me themselves. Because then my question to people who feel like he should have did it himself, if it had been a burglar, what was he gonna do?
Get fucked up.
Like, what? He come over and check on her and she is in fact being robbed. Now what? Like that never would have even crossed my. When I saw this story, at no point did I say he should have just went and checked on her himself. Because I know me and I'm not finna do that. And it's not even because I'm a woman. If I was a man, I'm not finna go up, especially not no black man, because I would be a black man if I was a man. I ain't finna go up in nobody's fucking house talking about I was trying to be helpful. Fuck I look like.
I don't think I would call nobody. I don't think I would do shit.
If I knew
I mean,
it was.
I don't think, like, first off, I would assume that they having some kind of party or some kind of shindig or something like that. Like,
but if I don't know, at 2 a.m,
well, that's when the party just got good.
but if there are somebody that do parties like that, then that would have been a regular occurrence. It probably would have happened before now. And if it hasn't happened before, I feel like there's a reason why he thought that was suspect. He felt like that's all. They don't do that. They don't have their door open. They don't be up this time of morning. Whatever. Like, there was some reason why that was seemed odd and off to him. If she partied like that on a regular basis, then yeah, what'd you do a welfare check for? Shit, she partied like that every weekend.
I guess I would call the police and be like, hey, my neighbor, they lights on and they doors open. Don't come here shooting no goddamn body. But I need y'all to do a welfare check.
Sad you gotta say that. Like I said, I don't think he was wrong, and I don't think that it's realistic for us to expect that, okay, the police are doing this, so now we just gonna have to look out for each other type shit. To a certain extent you can do that, but we are not. Like, you gonna have people running up, they gonna be getting killed by robbers and shit instead of the police. Because if you do go into somebody's home and you think it's some suspect shit going on, and there is suspect shit going on, what are you gonna do then? We both finna get tagged now.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense to me either. That's not the solution to me. Because if it is the solution, my neighbor's gonna be mad as shit because I'm not coming into your house. If they look suspect, I watch too much ID channel. So, like, shit that don't even look suspect to other people look suspect to me. All right? I don't trust shit. Okay? So, you're going to be real upset at me because I'm not finna come and investigate a goddamn thing. I'm sorry, but I'm not. Not.
The officer's name is Aaron Dean.
Yeah.
He resigned, in which the police chief said that if he would not have resigned,
He
he
was
would
gonna
have
fire
been
him.
fired. But he hadn't been cooperating with the investigation either. So he fucking himself up. His own life.
Again, I just want to hear the explanation for the way they handled the call. Because again, I have been at work when I worked for 911 when we've gotten a welfare call where the police have gone and checked. They knock on the door. And I mean, even if they knock on the door and shit and don't nobody come to the door, they leave because they don't have proper cause to go in there. You know what I'm saying? Like if your family member, if you're concerned about them, they were suicidal or whatever, they're not gonna go busting up in people's houses. Like that's not how a welfare check works. They're gonna go by and knock on the door. So I just want to hear the explanation for why they handled it the way that they did. What was your reasoning in parking down the street, sneaking around with a flashlight, and not announcing yourself? Why? Y'all the police. They love to be talking about how they so scared and so like, God, this the wrong field of work for you. If you're that scared and trigger happy, you don't need to be a police officer. Part of that job is risking your life when you go to work. That's just what it is. And nobody made you become a police officer. That's a choice. I'm not a police officer because I don't want to do police officer shit. I don't want to risk my life personally.
Yeah.
Respect to those who want to and that choose to do that. But that's what I'm saying is like, they love to say how they were scared or startled or they, you know, feared for their life and shit. Like, you're an officer.
They weren't scared. That's just what they say. They gotta write it on paper.
Shit is crazy, man. But yeah, I hate everybody giving the neighbor a hard time. I don't think he was wrong. I think he was trying to do what he felt like was right. And had that police officer did what he was supposed to do, nobody else would think that if that ended the way that most welfare check calls ended, nobody would be saying shit about him calling the police. He could not have known that it was gonna turn out that way.
And I think this, and the question of whether this would have happened to a white person in this situation, I feel like if it would have happened to a white person, then there would be instances of it happening already. Do you know the easiest way to combat the Black Lives Matter narrative and police brutality would be to point out the times that police have killed white people?
Give examples. Yeah.
But they don't have them. I mean, you might have one from the early 2000s and a couple of other ones, but to me it was justified from psychotic episodes. Mm-hmm. But like black people are literally sitting in their fucking houses
eating ice cream,
playing the game,
fuck,
and getting shot.
Oh my God, it's just frustrating, and I hate that it's come to where you have to say, no, I don't think I would want nobody to do a welfare check for me if I was getting fucked up in the game, because guess what? It can't be guaranteed I still ain't gonna get fucked up after you call the police now. Now I gotta be concerned if you call the police that they gonna fuck me up. I got the robbers, I got the police. Like, it's sad. It's terrible. But yeah, I wouldn't really want nobody to do that now. That scares me, the idea of that. But again, even with that being said, I don't have the expectation that the neighbor should have done something more than what he did. That's that scary movie shit, going and investigating sound. I don't investigate a guy. Listen, I ain't investigating shit till it come through that door. It ain't my problem. I'm not going to do anything.
Damn.
I done had the dogs that start barking at night, and I'm like, if ain't nobody coming through, I'm not finna get up and go. Like, nah. Nah. Nope. I lay right here till I can't. I'm not finna get up and investigate the goddamn thing. It's not in my nature.
You just finna die, huh?
I ain't finna die, but I'm saying I'm gonna do something when I have to do something.
Well, I done heard stuff, and while I was by myself in the apartment, picked my head up, then I put my head back on the pillow. If I'm gonna die, y'all gotta come and get me now.
That's what I'm saying, though. I ain't finna get up and come out there. You gonna come in here, and my hope, because the dogs are barking, is that if somebody's in, Remy's bark is loud as a motherfucker. So even if you gonna stay out there and take my shit, you're not gonna come past this door because you hear these dogs. And my dogs are in my room with me. So they're a bit of a barrier to them coming through the door. So till you come through that bedroom door, Red ain't moving. I'm not getting up to go check out nothing. Not a nothing. Okay? You come through the door, and if you come through the door, I'm gonna let the dogs get into you. I might get up to let them out of the crate just in case you come through. That's the most that I'm gonna do, is to make sure they out running around. So if a motherfucker,
damn dogs.
So what?
Abandon your dog.
I ain't abandoning them. I'm saying I'm gonna let them get him, bite him, and then I'll participate.
You gonna get your dogs murdered. Your goddamn dog ain't wolves no more. Them niggas gonna get fucked up in the game.
Remy, Kingston
Ain't got but one. Kingston old. He got diapers, man.
He does have a.
That nigga's old. You know how senior citizen is one fall away from death? Kingston can't get kicked by no fucking goon.
He can't. I wouldn't even let him out of his cage because he ain't gonna do nothing, but I would let Remy out. Remy is imposing if you don't know him. Like, Remy looks scary if you don't know him. They don't know that if they pet him, he'll be like, okay. If he barking at you, you don't know that he's not gonna do shit. I know it, but you don't know it.
I mean, maybe that'll work out for you.
Well, that's all we gonna have to see, because I'm not going to get up. Because my thing is, if I get up and go out of beyond that door and out into the living room, what I'm do? What am I going out there to do? I'm not getting up. I'm sorry, not in my nature. So, if it comes to where we ain't supposed to call the police for welfare checks because we got to be concerned, the alternative for me is not gonna be for me to go and check on you myself. Tell you that right now, it's not gonna happen. My neighbors gonna hate me. They gonna be like, Red don't never be involved. Fucking right.
I hate that bitch. Hate her.
She don't care about nobody but herself. I mean, if you feel that way,
just selfish.
Do what you need to, but it's not happening. Feel how you feel. So Cuba Gooding Jr. is in this Me Too situation, where a bunch of women have come out and accused him of sexually assaulting them.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing from this week about him?
I can't remember.
Apparently, he allegedly told a woman to sit on my face and pee in my mouth.
Another steamed cabbage lover. That's nasty.
Why would you want somebody to piss in your mouth? Pee is waste leaving the body.
Golden showers?
I don't understand it.
I know girls who like golden showers.
It's waste.
I know it's waste.
I don't care.
They know it's waste. It don't kill you though.
This allegedly happened.
You drink it.
Oh.
You should drink some of your own pee sometime.
Why the fuck? It's leaving my body for a reason. Why would I then put it back in? I'm not doing that. It's stupid. No.
Probably be salty.
I will never know. I'm not finna drink piss. That's one of those things that I'm not gonna kink shame you if that's your thing. But if I'm dating a dude and that's something he want, I ain't gonna be able to do that. Because you're gonna want me to kiss you at some point.
What if you wake up and realize that a man has peed on you?
He gonna die?
You ain't gonna murder nobody successfully.
Why? Why wouldn't I successfully murder anyone?
I don't know. How you gonna do it? I feel like you're gonna be mad in that moment. You're not going to methodically plan something. You're gonna try to attack him, and then he gonna slang you.
Oh, I don't attack with. I'm not gonna listen. I'm very aware that most men are gonna be stronger than me physically, so I ain't finna go boxing hand to hand with you. But what I am gonna get up and do is go to this kitchen and get this good butcher knife.
Damn.
Okay. I'm not even finna. So what?
Just from a little pee?
Yes. Oh no, listen, I don't box with men. I ain't finna put my hands on you. I ain't finna try to punch you or none of that shit. I'm getting a weapon. I'm at a disadvantage already, I feel like, because I'm smaller than you more than likely. So he gonna be talking about how, I didn't think it would be a problem. I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the kitchen and come back. He gonna get stabbed.
Okay.
Don't piss on me. I don't even want my kid, and I know kids, when you changing them something, I'll be mad about that. I will be irritated for my kid pissing on me, and they can't help it. Your grown ass waking up in the goddamn middle of the night deciding that you finna piss on me? You know how disrespected that would make me feel? He would get stabbed. I'm not gonna say he would die. Okay. He would get stabbed though.
Just seeing where you was at on it.
That's where I'm at. Stabbing.
What if your husband asked you to pee on him?
I'm not doing that.
Why not?
Because to me, It's gross. And especially if you want me to piss on your face. You want me to piss on your face, the same face that you want me to kiss, the same mouth that you want me to kiss.
You gonna wash?
I don't care. It's weird. Again, my personal preference. So, you want somebody to pee on you? Maybe I'm not the girl for you. I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't want that. I'm not going to tell you that you should feel the same way about it that I do. What I am going to tell you is that I'm not participating. So, we might not need to be married. If that's important to you. It's not going to happen. This apparently was in February of 2011. Well, one of the incidents was in February of 2011. He grabbed the woman's arm in an LA bar as she walked past him to go to the bathroom. He then placed his hand inside the woman's blouse and squeezed her bare breast. And she pushed him away saying, "You're so nasty." I've never had anything like that happen. I just can't imagine, even if it was Cuba Gooding Jr., I can't imagine me just being like, "You nasty," and walking out. Like, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to cause a scene.
Yeah.
Put your fucking hands on me. Like, I would get upset. I don't think I would be able to just be like, "You nasty," and then continue on to the bathroom. I don't think so. Not me. I would be mad. I would embarrass him.
I was in that motherfucker like, "I'm Cuba Gooding Jr., bitch. Show me your titties. I just want to see one. Let me feel one. I'm finna go to the bathroom." And then he got up and saw her and was like, "Titty!" And then did that shit. And goddamn, Cuba Gooding, what are you talking about? It probably was fucked up, man.
I don't understand. But yeah, so apparently he likes golden showers.
It is weird though.
But you know what? I could see him doing that. Like, it's some people that you would be like, I can't see him doing that. I could see Cooper doing that. I could see him being that kind of guy. I don't know.
Who like pee in his mouth? I mean, maybe as radio. Hell. A regular Cuba Gooding Jr. won't pee in his mouth? That man done got caught up, boy. That shit gonna be the death of you.
Tis what it is. You have anything else?
Nah.
Only other thing that I had, I just thought this was like, this is when you know you a bad motherfucker. El Chapo's son was arrested, then released in Mexico after cartel members outnumbered the police to take him back. He was probably up in there and be like, "Oh, y'all think y'all about to take me, huh? You think I'm about to go to prison, huh?"
Hit him with that juvenile. Y'all think that about to take me out? Y'all think I'm about to go to the jail, huh? Wait till my daddy and his posse get here, huh?
The cartel outnumbered the police and they gave him back. They was like, "We're not fucking with this. Just let him go."
You think them motherfuckers want to go to fucking heaven today? Them niggas didn't come here for that shit. Motherfuckers probably ready to quit.
This shit was so funny when I saw this. I was like, damn.
Niggas
And it's
ready
a lot of them. Like, they swarmed and was like, "Give us our dude."
They ready to kill the whole police department, huh?
Yeah. Oh, Lord. He probably wasn't even concerned when they arrested him. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of John Wick.
Okay.
And the reason I say that, when John Leguizamo slapped the old buddy in the face, and he wasn't concerned at all about his daddy getting upset with him. He was just like, "I'm gonna tell your daddy why I slapped you." And when he did tell him why he slapped him, the dad was like, "Oh, I understand. I get it. I would have slapped him too." Actually, he did slap his
Slap shit out of him.
putting us in this predicament. That's what that remind me of. El Chapo's son was like, all right, think you finna take me to jail? Cool. He's probably calm and collected. He wasn't concerned at all because he knew he wasn't finna stay. Same way John Leguizamo wasn't worried about nobody fucking with him for slapping that kid because he already knew he was in the right. Nobody gonna question me for slapping your ass when you kill John Wick's dog.
No.
Nobody. So yeah, I just thought that was a funny story. I was like, damn, El Chapo got it like that.
Of course. That nigga escaped through a tunnel on a motorcycle. One of his escapes. Shit. A whole ass motorcycle went under a tunnel for this nigga. Like, huh? That's
Bad,
power.
man. It's power for sure.
Listen, I'm very, very low energy and very tired.
I see.
I don't even know why. So if my energy's been off this podcast, everybody, I'm sorry. But goddamn, can't catch up. But I don't got nothing else.
That was all I had.
Well, we're an hour and 35 in.
We can do an early show.
Short.
Yeah.
So,
It's all right.
but I'm inclined to say, I want some letters, man.
Oh yeah.
Y'all send some letters, send some emails.
Please do. Even if it's about meat positivity, even if it's about that, you can send those too. I guess.
From this moment, the fourth email we get gonna get some kind of something. I'm gonna send you something. I'm gonna send you a care package with something in it.
His care packages be good too. So
Who got care packages before? Colin got a care package.
somebody else local, wasn't it?
Who local got a care
I
package?
thought.
No, I sent one to one of them Carolinas
Oh, okay.
to I can't remember her name. I have to go look through the emails.
Yeah, I don't remember. But
But
yeah, send us some letters.
fourth letter gonna get a care package. So I guess if nobody else sent us an email, the fourth email you sent, Colin, gonna get a care package. So appreciate y'all for listening, and until we come next conversation,
We out.
holla.